Welcome back, guys. This is the part 2 of a video of me discussing the difference in my upbringing in Nigeria compared to the UK. Let's get into it.
So we've heard about your experience in like the family life of Nigeria. We've heard about your experience in like the school system between here and Nigeria. So the next thing that I want to talk about is like the cultural side or the traditional side. So what is the culture generally like in Nigeria, especially for your experience, and then what have you noticed in kind of the UK culture or anything like that?
UK culture, when people can call their parents by their first name. Impossible. I feel like, yeah, you guys, we are very liberal in the UK in terms of how we relate to people. Mannerisms, for example, I felt like growing up in Nigeria, anybody older than you, you have to put respect before you call their name. You have to put brother or sister, auntie or uncle. But over here in the UK, I just feel like people can call anybody by their first name and it's just calm. I guess it's the system, it's the way it is here, it's what works for the UK people.
But I think also you have to be very mindful that respect is relative or it is cultural.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? So in your society, that is seen as respect, but other things may be seen as respect in other societies.
So that's what I'm saying, so there's a system that works for the UK. In terms of tradition, I just feel like, yeah, the UK does not have any tradition other than what, bonfire night. What did they have? St. Patrick's Day. But in Nigeria, I think tradition is a big part of our culture. Tradition is a big part of life because we're very, say, tribalistic. So you got the Benin people, you've got the Yoruba people, you've got the Hausa people, the different tradition that each tribe follow. I feel like over in the UK it's just one. Simple, St. Patrick's Day, bonfire night.
You keep referencing St. Patrick's Day. Do you know which country actually celebrates St. Patrick's Day?
I know it's Ireland, but
okay.
When I was in school back then, they used to have St. Patrick's Day where they give people, I don't know, chips and bangers, whatever they feed them in school.
No, I'm just checking because you're saying St. Patrick, but St. Patrick is Ireland though.
But
we are England.
They used to do it in my school. They used to have the flag. They used to wave on St. Patrick's Day and but yeah, in terms of mannerism, I felt like, again, for me, growing up in Nigeria and being very respectful to my elders, and then coming to the country, coming to the UK and doing that as well, most adults felt surprised the way my mannerism is. Like, compared to other young kids, it's like, you're so respectful, you're so courteous, and you're so well mannered. And for me, I was just doing what I grew up doing, so it was not an issue for me. But they found it a bit surprising because compared to other kids my age, they saw me different in the way I respected people. And in a way that worked to my benefit, because if they see that, they're like, wow, this is really good, and you're a very nice child, you're brought up well. And for me, I'm just being normal. But I do understand that my other colleagues or people my age, they don't have the same sense of respect for other people.
Even I found it a bit, I don't know what the word is, I don't want to say surprising, but it was a bit different for me, like when I met you at uni and you always used to call me Miss, yeah. That really annoyed me. In all honesty, like I used to find it so annoying. One, because I just felt like, for me, I felt like it was too formal for a friendship to always be called me Miss. I felt like you're putting like this barrier in the way, if that makes sense. So yeah, it just really annoyed me. I should just be like, you can just call me Shaneka, like please stop calling me Miss, like it's not necessary. But I understood that is just the way how he is and how he knows to relate to someone. So there's nothing wrong with it. It was just, for me, it was just a bit uncomfortable because I'm such a like relaxed person. I want you to be relaxed around me. I don't want you to feel like you have to like approach me in any kind of way. Just for me, it's come as you are. Like that is how I respond to people well. If I have to be doing backflips and assault courses before I can actually like have a proper conversation with you, I might not.
I think again to do with the culture. For me, doing that was just normal. I respected everyone, so everybody I called them Miss or Madam or Uncle or Auntie or Sir, because it was just normal for me to do it. It became like just whenever I messaged somebody, I used to put sir or miss. It was just a normal thing that I did. And to people in the UK growing up here, they find out like, wow, why are you doing this? You're doing extra, you're being extra. But to me, it's nothing. It doesn't mean anything for me to say that or to right tag that. That's what we say about the cultural difference. I think it's a lot more relaxed here.
Do you know what? It's interesting. I don't know what you think about this, but how do you word this? Do you think there's any reason why you never lost that? Because obviously now, by the time you've come to uni, you've been here like 5, 6, 7 years, 8 years. I can't even put the right number on it. But do you think anything contributed to the fact that you never lost that? Because you could have become more British the longer you've been here. But actually, that definitely doesn't seem to have really been the case. You've been able to hold on to these things that you were taught. And do you know what it is? Why I'm saying this is because there were a few people that I met at uni who actually had left their native country around the same time as you, and some of them actually being from Nigeria, and I would never have known that they even spent 12, 13 years in Nigeria, because they came across very British. They came across like anyone else like me who'd grown up here the whole time. So yeah, I'm just wondering, do you feel like there's any what how
I think it's a fact. It's as a result of different factors. One thing I would say is that understanding where you come from. I think even though I came here, I'm living with my family, I still have that connection with people back home. And remember one thing my brother used to say, one of my older brothers used to say, never forget where you're coming from. Never forget the foundation that people have instilled in you. So because you're here doesn't mean that you forgot your values. So those values has always been with me. And then to couple with that is that I had a few Nigerian friends in this country. So so most of my close friends here are people that came from Nigeria to study here at some point. We had that bond, and for me it was just easy to keep it going, because I saw the benefit of it. It's like losing that part of me is taken away from who I am, so I'd rather just keep it.
That's interesting. I wonder how conscious it is for some people. Like, that's why I was asking. I should have really put that in my questioning. But also, there's this saying. It's not this particular saying, but you can take the guy out of Nigeria, but you can't take the Nigeria out of the guy. So I guess this saying is really true. I think it's like you can take the girl out of the city, but you can't take the city out of the girl. Those sort of things. So for some people, regardless of like where you place them, that doesn't mean that where they started is no longer a part of them, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I feel like I'm more connected to Nigeria than I am to the UK by far.
Which is only right. You started there, you were born there. That is,
where I grew up, I experienced many things there.
It's only right.
I guess the foundational years of my life was there. I think that's an important thing. I think that's why it's difficult for me to lose the roots of my values.
And then, to be fair, you came here and then you came into a Nigerian community. It's not like you came here and like...
What do you mean Nigerian community?
As in like you live with... Why are you looking at me like that?
What do you mean Nigerian community?
So I will explain myself. So you came here, you live with a Nigerian family, you associate with other Nigerians, you went to school with people that were also from Nigeria, sort of thing. Like, some people, when they come to the UK, they're not in close contact with people from their background, so it can be harder for like these things to be reinforced, if that makes sense.
That's true.
Some people, they either don't live in London, or even if they do, it might be like the outskirts where they're the only Nigerian family on that street, sort of thing, and they're not able to like communicate with other Nigerians in a close setting, sort of thing. So I think that might help as well, I guess.
Yeah, it's true.
Anything else to say in terms of like the cultural differences?
I guess another thing that's important is the celebrations.
No, well, actually, so I just wanted to add, like, for example, like, so some of the cultural differences that I noticed in terms of like when I started to associate with you a lot more is like, for example, if you were to greet an elder, there's a process to that. So you can't just say hi or wave. There's a very particular way how you are supposed to greet other people. So what other kind of cultural differences are there that make the UK really quite different to like living here?
I feel like there's pretty much no real strong culture about the UK, if I may say, in terms of how you greet people. All you need to do is hi guys. You see someone's mom, you say hi by their first name. Abomination, where I come from. So I felt like, again, it's a lot to do with the culture of where you grow up, the tradition that you follow. There's a certain way the Benin people greet, there's a certain way the Yoruba people greet, certain way the Igbo people greet. So it basically depends on which part of Nigeria you're from. And I feel like coming to the UK, there's no way. You just hi, bye, good morning, good afternoon, and that's it. Again, more relaxed, that's what I would say. I don't know what other cultural thing you think of. Dressings are different. We're more swaggy in Nigeria than here.
Cool. All right. So next thing I want to talk about is, you know, I actually have quite a fair amount of like African friends, and they always, most of them talk about, oh my gosh, if you go to whatever country they're from at Christmas, it's so good, it's so amazing, these sort of things. And like African weddings are typically like a thing. So I just wanted to ask, like, what is the differences in like the celebrations, or how you people celebrate certain events?
I was just gonna say my experience when I first came to the UK. My first Christmas here.
Go ahead.
On Christmas Day here, everywhere is quiet. There's nothing happening. Christmas Eve is dry as dry could be.
Oh gosh.
All the transportation is suspended. There's no public transport Christmas Day. And then on New Year's Day, same thing, dry. New Year's Eve, sometimes they have fireworks in one Big Ben. That's it. Nigeria, the livest time of the year is Christmas period. It's like Christmas Eve, all night, nobody sleeps. Like,
wow. You guys are doing all night, is it?
Party, you go to church, come back from church, there's fireworks, bangad, all the time, loud. People are burning tires in the street, people are celebrating.
Tires?
Yeah, people are drinking, people are cooking.
This is Christmas Eve, yeah?
Yeah, Christmas Eve, people are cooking. So on Christmas Day, people cook lots of food. They share it with their neighbors. Made this, you go and give to your neighbors, you go and give to your close relatives that are nearby. And it's like a party. It's people get new clothes for their kids, and kids wear new clothes, go visit people. That's Christmas, lively. New Year, even bigger. New Year is called the bigger, is the bigger celebration than Christmas in Nigeria, or in Benin. And on New Year's Eve, go to church at midnight, everybody bangad. All night, bangad everywhere. People are singing Happy New Year to everyone. People bring out their candles, because they usually light up candles, and then they're celebrating, burning tires in the streets, drinking. It was just,
what's this burning tire thing?
It's just, well, to create fire, innit? It's more of the
I guess you have to be careful then.
No, come on, it's easy to burn tire, just put it in the street.
No, I'm saying for the other person who's walking past, you have to be careful.
Come on, man, it's not rocket science. You see fire, even to walk inside. So it was just so lively. I look forward to Christmas. I look forward to New Year.
It's exciting.
In Nigeria. And I come to this country and see the complete difference. I'm like, what is this? That was the biggest shock, I would say, in terms of the celebrations. Easter, I guess Easter is a bit, again, Easter is another celebration for us in Benin Christian community. And then we've got Independence Day as well, which is also another celebration, Oktoberfest. Over here, it's just, everybody's so busy chasing paper that celebrations are very rare. People don't take it serious. They see it as an opportunity to rest. You visit people come visit you. It's a big thing in Nigeria. We celebrate moments like that. In terms of things like wedding, it depends on when you're doing it. There's the traditional sense of it whereby you do it on the street. There's people get canopies. It's like a little tent, mini tent, and they put them along the street, and then they just party. They block up the road. And yeah, everybody's invited. Most cases before, there used to be no guest list. Anybody can just come in, take food, and go. Same thing with funerals. Funerals are big. It's not here that people eating sandwich at funerals. What's that?
Who eats sandwich at funeral?
Yeah, people have seen their movies, so they after the funeral.
That's a movie.
People go to people's house and gonna be eating cold sandwich.
No,
people have birthday party, they're eating cold sandwich. What's this? Yeah?
If it's a kids party,
you need to have there needs to be right, jollof fries with mama, yeah, Coke, all these kind of things.
People don't eat cornmeal with jollof rice.
Oh, yeah. A lot of effort has been made. This is my experience. So again, I keep saying that it's not. I don't say this is for everyone. This is what I experienced me being in both cultures. Yeah, and another thing as well. I think the last thing I would say is the religion, church. When I was in Nigeria, I grew up in the predominantly. Well, I grew up in a Catholic church, not predominantly. And in a Catholic church, it's so live, as in people praise, people worship, people sing, people dance. There's different in Nigeria.
Okay.
Different committee for young, for old. That you have events with other churches. So live that people are sold out for church. In
the church or for God?
People are sold out for church and the sense of community. Then I come here and then I go to a Catholic church.
The chest.
First, no choir, no guitar. They have one organ and make. And for me, I was just like, what is this? It was a shock to me the way church is here. It's so light-hearted. The priest comes, does his sermon, and it's like it was just like a what do you call it?
It was like clockwork.
It's like clockwork. It was very same thing. The structure was just so rigid. And for me, that was a shock. I felt like, what's going on? And then with time, we begin to see that there are no young people in my church. In the Catholic church I was going, there was literally like very few young people, so there was nothing for the young people to do together. And as a result, that was a bit of a struggling path for me, because I was used to having so many friends around in church and just being able to do life with people from church. Over here, the Catholic church that I went to over here was so different. And for me, my understanding of God began to change. It's like, what is this? What am I doing this for? It's like I began to question that what's the essence of me going to church? And with time, I eventually left the Catholic church to pursue God in a different way. I must definitely say that the way the church system is here had a big role to play in that. But yeah, the church system is different in Africa and here. The energy is definitely there in Africa.
So yeah, we've spoken about like church, but I still want you to touch a little bit more on like religion. So growing up in Nigeria, what is that like? How is religion perceived compared to when you came here? What were some of the differences that you kind of witnessed?
After that, Nigeria is a very religious country, and it's a place whereby religion is taken seriously, no matter where you are. What your follow is, if you are following Jesus, if you are following Islam, if you are following pagan god Juju, the people took it very seriously, and it's part of their lives. It was literally them and their religion. It's rare to find somebody that doesn't have a belief, that doesn't believe in God. I feel like generally almost everybody in Nigeria believe in God, or in Benin where I grew up, believe in God. And then you come to this country where atheism is the only one I came to this country that I first understand that word atheist and protagonist and antagonist, whatever they call themselves.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'd never heard of
in Arabi.
It wasn't even an area. It was from what I'm watching on TV, watching films. Now I begin to hear people talk about this. I'm atheist and this. I feel like there's that freedom to. Not freedom. I just feel like people over here, they don't see religion as a serious thing. Most people. And then there are people that say that they're religious but they don't go to church. In Nigeria, if you're religious, you go to church. If you're a Christian, you go to church. If you're a Muslim, you go to the mosque. But over here, it's like, yeah, I'm religious, but I go to church once or twice a year. Come Christmas Day, maybe on Easter, and for me, it's like that passion is not there. It's not as much in the UK as it was in Nigeria. I'm not saying that there's no passion at all. I'm just saying that majority of people are not as passionate. That's what I would say about the difference in religion.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, all right then. So obviously, to be fair, we've discussed a number of like differences that you have experienced. I just wanted you to just add then, if there's anyone watching who is considering moving to the UK from Nigeria or Africa, and particularly like with their children in mind, what sort of tips might you give them, or you know, how can you conclude basically?
I would say it's different in a lot of ways, but the differences are for your benefit, if that makes sense. You growing up in Nigeria or growing up in Africa, feel like you already have that advantage. Whether you like it or not, you already have that advantage. And when you come here, it's not about capitalizing on the foundation that you have. I said the education system is much easier over here, and there's more opportunity for you to pursue the career that you decide to pursue. For me, because of the hardworking foundation that I had in Nigeria, coming to here and studying the UK system was very easy. In terms of religion, I would say if you're already grounded in your beliefs and in your religion, take it serious when you come here. Look for a community that takes it serious, because the many churches are open, but it's not serious sometimes because people just go and leave. There's no more to it. In terms of the cultural difference, again, depends on how your upbringing is. If you're rooted in your values and your cultural system, when you come over here, they will not force you to do otherwise. It's up to you to decide if you want to become like the British or you want to keep your values. I feel like the UK is a place that's very open to different culture. I just say that it's a place to do better. It's a place that has a system that enables people to achieve more. Yeah, I guess that's the difference. There's a system here that enables people to do better compared to Africa, whereby there's systems in some places that don't encourage people to pursue their dreams or to do better for themselves and their community. I feel like the UK lays that foundation for people to excel in whatever area that they want to. Yeah, it's an advantage to study here. And then when you study here, you pick up some values that you can possibly take back home and implement for the better. I feel like there's so many things that we can learn from the UK and take back home to make the system much better there. It could be in education, could be in technology, it could be in business. I feel like it's definitely important to see what they've done well here, that way you can implement it over there. Yeah, that's what I'll say.
Nice.
Come to the UK. Yeah, that is it, guys. I guess we've touched on a few things. If you have any questions about the difference in my upbringing in the UK and Nigeria, you want me to share any further things, do leave a comment in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe, share this with somebody that might find it helpful or useful to them. We hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, take care, stay blessed, and thank you. Bye bye from us for now.
Bye.
Bye bye.